Morning.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
You are crazy at 8 in the morning. What are you doing at this time?
I always wake up at 6:30.
At 6:30. And you go to bed early also?
Yeah, like 10.
10, something like this. Okay, then you...
I'm like the chicken, you know. Becoming dark, I'm going to bed. Yeah.
So, at the end, Tamara, we publish your book.
Thank you very much. I'm super happy.
And I am very, very happy because your book is really a very, very good book. It's very, how do you say, very sincere. It's very deep. It's very deep. It's not just you are quite young, but in the book you speak about everything. You don't speak just about Nanga Parbat, the story about Nanga Parbat. You speak about everything on your life.
Yeah.
I think you don't hide.
No. Anything.
Nothing.
No, because I feel always that we should be proud who we are, and it's the way we are. So everybody's the way he or she is, and so it's just at the time when you accept yourself, also the other people are accepting you much more. Then if you need to play a rule. I think this is the worst thing, or would be the worst thing for me, because you always need to hide yourself and to be something else, or to try to be loved from other people, but at the end it's not you, so it's useless. Just be you.
And there was anything that for you was more difficult to speak on the book? There was anything that you were thinking, maybe I should not to speak about this?
No. I'm open. I'm an open book.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's nice because, I always felt that I never liked when the people, when they see you, then they put you like up there. Oh, you're Tamara and you're this mountain girl and so on. But at the same time, they steal from you the opportunity to see at the same level, So they always they see you up here, and then there is not possible to be at the same level. And I hate this, and that's why I always like more when the people don't know who I am. Because I'm just a normal person, I'm just a person who had the courage to do what I liked. So it was something natural, and I said, okay, I will go for this. I don't care about if I have a work and the salary every month. So I try to go for this. And then, now also if I speak about this and I hear my voice, I see my expression in the eyes, I think that people are understanding that this is totally me, that I really found my way. And even if the way is not always easy, and even if in the last years I did nearly nothing, but I could also go with 1,000 people on Everest, but I don't want to do this. So I choose another way, a harder way, and with a less percentage of success. And at the end, every expedition, even if it was not a success, for me was a success because I learned a lot. And to be out there alone, maybe with Simone or in a small team, you are so close. You're so connected to yourself because there is nothing else. You have the responsibility for every step. You need to care about yourself. You need to see that your partner is fine. And so it's like a small, how to say? No, I choose something else. I choose some other words. So, and this is nice because you're so clear in your mind, so focused, every step need to be right. And you need to be concentrated, and it's not like, okay, you're just following the feet of somebody else. And you know, it was like in the last expedition also, we nearly were fighting who can go first in the glacier, because I wanted to go first and Simone wanted to go first. And it was just okay, so we said one day you and one day me. Yeah.
Yes. Why do you choose the title of the book? Nanga Parbat, 8,000 meters and happiness.
Yeah, because it's in Italian is yearly me, the 8,000ers, and the happiness. In German is my happiness on the border to death. So, you know, it's not really my choice.
Yes, we changed a little bit the title of your book, also the photo of the cover, and I was really worried because we didn't receive answer from your editor, also from your manager, and I thought, oh, okay, we did a mistake with when you sent me this message that you were really happy with the photo and with your book, I said okay.
Yeah, I got it like I think 1 or 2 days. No, in reality, I think I got it, and then I immediately said, "Yeah, for me it's fine." And then I think Mariana forgot to reply to you.
Yes.
But so I was crying when I saw this cover, and I saw myself like a different, and I missed this Tamara, you know, because at that time I was just like easy, lightweight, and I just had not to show anything to nobody because it was just my, you know, the year before we were on Manaslu, and there it was just snowing, so we said, or I thought in myself, I would like to try a real winter expedition, you know, because this is okay, snowing, it's not so cold. I think this is not the normal winter. So, and then I was nearly not, I had not the courage to say nearly that, okay, I would love to go to Nanga Parbat, because I said, okay, Nanga Parbat was tried from so many big and famous mountaineers, you know, and always with no success. So I felt nearly not at the level, you know. But inside me, I felt my heart, and I was driven by this heart, and I just wanted to go no matter what happens. And so we spoke about this, and Simone said, yeah, okay, let's go to Nanga Parbat. And yeah, it was super nice. Even if the book was, the expedition was hard. It was physical, psychological, it was really hard, the situation with Daniele Nardi. So that I wrote us in the book, at a certain point I said, Simone, if this is not changing, I need to go home. Because I cannot, if I'm so sad inside, or I feel not safe, or it's every day just to fight and struggle, then it's not a pleasure, you know. And this was crazy. And of course, it's my point of view, because I'm sure if Alex and Simone and Nardi write the same story, it's always coming out something completely different. Because if I tell a story, or if I write a book, 1,000 people read the book, everybody is hearing exactly what he wants to hear and how he see everything, you know. So it's always my point of view and how I felt it.
Yes, you like to be like Heidi. That is, you like to be Heidi. That is like a very, how do you say, very. It's like looking the mountain in a very kind way.
Yeah, because I think this easiness of a child, you know, they are not they're not thinking about consequences. They're not thinking about, how is the word? Condizionamenti.
Yes.
So they're not condizionati. And so I go to the mountain and I want to feel this connection and not just, okay, I need to do this. And in the last years, I have to say that I was quite in the second option. So I said, I need to do this. And I put maybe more focus on my fear not to be successful than not in my love and my passion for climbing the mountains. And of course, it's just a rule of attraction, like the rule of attraction. Wherever you put more energy, this will happen. You know, I can also say, yeah, my dream is to go to the top. My dream is to go to the top. But at the same time, the most energy I put in the fear not to be successful. And so, of course, this will happen. And that's why the coronavirus now for me was a blessing period, because I worked so much in my head and I wanted to return exactly the girl who is on the cover of your book.
And how was this girl?
Yeah, she was more light. She was more happy to do what she likes to do. And she was not thinking about other people or pressures or expectations. And then after this, it became like, okay, the people are expecting this. And I maybe it's also my problem, you know. I thought this, that the people and the sponsors and, you know, this was my problem. And so at the end I said, okay, now it's the right time to change this again in my previous point of view.
Because Heidi was in Nanga Parbat, that there was a lot of pressure, because was one of the last mountain to climb in winter. There were a lot of people. There was also the social media, internet. There were so many things happening for Heidi, no? In this moment.
Yeah, but you know, at that time for me, I was a newcomer. Let's say I had like no experience in the winter. Okay, Manaslu, but for me was not really, because we came up just up to 6,200, so very low, and it was like a very strange expedition. But on Nanga Parbat, I was like a newcomer, a small chicken, you know, and and nobody was expecting anything from me, and not even me, because for me was like something new. And when we went up there, you know, I tell you, when we first were on the Meissen-Reisler route, I was just, it was so happy. I was so happy, and we were so fast and so quick and so efficient. But it was just like, this is my dream, you know. And then in the Kingshofer, I was a little bit more afraid, because we were in base camp for 26 days, and then we needed to go up 2,000 meters. And so I said, oh my God, maybe I lost a little bit of acclimatization. And then the heavy backpack and 2,000 meters after 26 days of like base camp life. And so it was not so easy. And I was also quite tired when I came up to the camp. But then I said, okay, now I can do this as well. So it's good. I'm ready.
Yes, but it's good also, because everything thought that what is doing Tamara, no, with Simore, going into expeditions with Simore, and then Tamara was a really strong character, no, was not what everything was thinking, just a woman that is going with Simone, and this, you were really a strong character, you are really another alpinist in the team. A person working also fixing ropes that also surprised the Pakistani people. that you were sometimes fixing ropes also.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I was super lucky that Simone in 2009 had this faith in me, and that he said, I think you can become a good mountaineer. So I'm super lucky about this. And then of course you feel like Simone was here, I was there, and so I always saw Simone as a little bit like the god. But in this Manaslu expedition, due to we had so much time to speak and speak about life and God and values and so on, it was like more and more like becoming same, not in terms of expedition and experience on the high mountains, but in terms of human values. And then it was just awesome. And after when we went in the Kumbu Valley, because we were not able to fly home due to this accident on the runway. And there I really understood that, okay, we are a perfect team. We see the things in the same way. We have the same style. And it was just always a lot of happiness and always a lot of, jokes and laughing. And so this is, I think, the right way to go to the mountains. And then, of course, I also thought, oh, shit, but now Simone is already 50. And what if he stops to climb? Then with whom I will go to climb? I thought it's never possible to find again somebody like Simone. And yeah, maybe because I felt like a little bit, or I saw myself sometimes as how you call it, when you have a key.
Yes.
And there is something attached to the key.
Yes.
Sometimes I felt like this with Simone, when we were somewhere, Simone was always the strong main thing. Yes. And I was like the accessoire,
Yes.
And sometimes I was so angry about this. But at the same time, and this was also a work I did now in the coronavirus, I think the girls, they need to become again more girls. And I'm sure, or I know that I had problems with my femininity, Since I was a child, we punched each other every day with the boys, and yeah, it was like I wanted to become at least as strong as they are, because I wanted always be the chief of the situation. I never wanted that a man can do something bad to me, or that I have to let me tell something from a man, because I'm at least equal, But now I'm slowly understanding that the real power of a woman is to be the woman. And maybe the men, they need to have the applause, they need to stay in the first row, they have the need to be this main thing, I'm the hero. And the female, maybe they have their power in something else. They can be behind, they can be maybe like the accessoire, but they don't need to have the clapping. And they just know that they are perfect like they are. And I want to return in this position, because maybe also my style to go to the mountains was too male, too masculine, because I saw also in the last expedition that I was always more like, we need to go up now, and now is good weather, and we need to go to Camp 1. And Simone was, I don't know, maybe. And I said, Simone, why maybe? Tomorrow and after tomorrow is good weather, so we need to go up. Otherwise, we have these 2 days. Why staying here? And then at the end, he said, okay, let's go. If you want, let's go. It was like we have inverted female and male side. You know, I was the and he was the peaceful character. And when then after he came out of the crevice, he said, Tamara, please don't be angry now, but the next time I feel that it's not the right moment to go up, please let's stay down.
Because you were pushing.
Yeah, I was pushing. Yeah.
You push him too.
Yeah. And so, and also about the questions, you know, the questions after the last expedition were like, okay, from 3 times on 8,000 meter in winter, I was nearly dead 2 times. So what all this want to say to myself? What should I change, or is this really my way? And I had a lot of question marks. Why all this happened like this, and what is the message behind? And maybe it is really this, that I need to be the woman. I need to be this peace and more harmony and more feeling and more. Yeah, we will see in the next expedition.
You think you will change? It's not easy, no, to change the character, because it's your character, no?
But I think it was done due to expectations, you know. Once you feel you are not enough if you not climb the mountain, then you give less value to yourself if you're not successful. So you think your value is how to say, is proportional to the success. If you have more success, you have more value. If you don't have success, you have no value. But I think, and what I did in this Corona now, I wanted to set my value. Okay, it's 100, and it's always 100. Even if I'm sick, if I'm not successful on the mountain, if I don't train for 1 week, I have always the value 100. And so I think I could change my way of thinking, because then it's not depending anymore from outside. So I don't need to show to the people, because this is the way I choose for my life, and I just want to go there with respect and with harmony, you know. And in the last years, really, it was too much aggressive, maybe.
Yes. You were more in competition, maybe, like man, no?
Yeah.
And now you want to be more
peaceful, more a woman. Yeah, it's very interesting, you know. But it's incredible how something can show you the things of life. You know, it's the mountain who is showing me the values and the things of life, and it's just amazing. And I was, you know, in these 3 months now, it was a hard time. I was very lonely. I cried a lot, but I said, okay, now this is my golden time. If I use it good, I can arrive to the next level. If I just pass the time, like waiting every day, then it's not happening anything. And so I went through a very hard period, meditating a lot, mental course, and a lot of brain work, a lot of work on my beliefs and so on the love for myself, on the value of myself, on my goals in life, and about the higher sense of my life, you know, why I choose to go to the mountains. Maybe it's the time to give back something to the people now. Now I asked for 20 years also because of my pain, and I always needed help. And then, okay, it was like more, I go to the mountains and I don't care so much about the rest. But now I feel in the position where I want to do something good also, you know, to the people. And it's a very nice growing up. And it's an intense growing up, because the mountains are very intense. But I have to say, in the last expedition on Gasherbrum 1, I had no connection, you know. When I saw the mountain for the first time, because I never was there before, it was like emptiness, like death. No feeling, no energy change. And when I was on K2, it was like I was in love. I felt the butterflies. And here it was completely nothing. And that's why it felt strange. And I thought, okay, now I have to accept it. Maybe it's growing. And when we had this accident, before we were nearly on this plateau, and I watched towards Camp 1, and for me it was impossible to reach Camp 1. I don't know. It was really a feeling that this is impossible to reach. It's so far away, even if it was maybe not even 1 kilometer. But my feeling was unreachable. And then, yeah.
Because you always have a very strong feeling inside you, no? About...
Yeah, normally, yes, but...
maybe that what was happening, no? In Glastonbury 1, that you knew that you were not going to go up, that something was going to happen.
No, I was not thinking that something was going to happen, because I did a lot of mental preparation, you know, meditation, also months before. I really wanted it so much that I was like maybe too aggressive also in focusing on this project. And at the end, analyzing everything, it was too much energy in the fear of no success. Yeah. But we are here to learn.
But maybe it was worse in Nanga Parbat, no? With so many people in base camp, so many things happening, so pressure, everyone wanted to...
No, there was not the pressure for the success. There was just like the relations of the people. It was crazy, but it had nothing to do with my climbing somehow, because I said, okay, if I'm in this status, like inside just sad and every day fighting, okay, I cannot climb free like I want to climb. But then at the end, when I was climbing and when everything was clear and we were in this special group, I was completely free. I was thinking I have nothing to lose. I can just win. And this was the difference. But the period in base camp was tough. You know, when Alex was coming with the socks in our tent, I was just like, what? And yeah, it was. And then I think on this, in these situations, this is more like normal life. It's much more intense, you know. So the people are like they really are. If you have a fight or if you have a discussion, the character of the people comes out even more. It's not like you are in an office in the city and you just discuss about the next project in the company, you know. It's something, it's about death and life as well. So you need to choose the right things, you need the right partner, you need to watch about the métier, you need to have the right material, the gear. And there are so many different things to think about, and at the end it's not like a walk around the garden, but it's a walk also in the zone of death.
Yes, and it's strange because this story of Nanga Parbat didn't finish after your ascent. After Daniele died there, Tomek died there.
Yeah.
It's still happening things after this expedition.
Yeah, and
with the people.
Yeah, and it was so also hard to see after, because Tomek was so focused in this summit, you know. And then Simone showed me the messages Tomek sent to him. You know, it was just like, you are a liar. You need to come to Poland because you need to do a doping test. This was not the summit. Send me more proofs about the summit. And then at a certain point, I said to Simone, I think you are an adult person, and you should give value to yourself. So you know that you have been on the summit, so don't care about all this. Just don't go down on his level. You know, because then it's always not enough for him. Then he sent him also the videos. Then he sent the video to one historical Pakistan, how to say, you know, one guy who knows everything about Pakistani mountains. Then he said to him, please put all the mountain names on the summit so that he can see that this was the other side of Nanga Parbat. And so it was a completely mess. And at the end, if a person don't want to accept the fact, then he will never accept, even if you have thousands or millions of proofs. You know, it's just his mind, and he don't want to believe in this. But if you for yourself say, this was the fact, I was there, I'm tranquilo.
Yes.
You know? And then this is his homework, or his fact to accept. And then he was also writing to me, and then he was also writing to Alex, and it was a big mess. And then when Tomek died, you know, it was always strange that always Simone got the shitstorm, because maybe I was still the accessoire, maybe, who knows. So because then somebody told to Simone, if this, okay, I have to go back a little bit, and I wrote it also in the book. When we have been both in Camp 2, Tomek, Elisabeth, and Simone and me, and we were thinking about to go to the summit. So they started to go for the summit, and we had not enough food. So we decided at the end what to do. Okay, let's go down. And I was really angry. I said, why we didn't go up, and so on. When we came to Camp 1, Tomek, or next day, I said just, let's do some activity, otherwise I'm too nervous. And then we brought some food to Camp 1. And in that moment, Tomek wrote a message on our satellite phone. Strange that we had it on, or maybe we called somebody, I can't remember. But he wrote us, please send me the exact meteo of the next days, of Karl Gabel, of our Austrian meteorologist. And so we did it. We sent him this forecast, and it said that on Sunday will come the jet stream lower, and nobody should be on the mountain because it's at least 200 kilometers per hour of wind. And so we sent all these information to him about wind, temperature, and so on. And then we went down. And at the end, he went down already, I think, on Friday and not on Saturday. And then he told us, it was so cold. We went out of the tent. It was so cold, and it was not possible to go to the summit. Okay, we were talking about in friendship, you know, and then because he gave us also the information about the Serac, that now the crevasse is even more open, and maybe it's not possible to go up without a ladder, and so on. And so. And after he died, there was one guy who was writing to Simone, you have blood on your hands because this is your fault, you know? And these are crazy things. It's like psycho thriller here. Because he said we gave him a wrong weather forecast. Because at the end, this jet stream came down not Sunday, but on Monday, you know? I'm not God, and I just can believe whatever Karl Gabel is saying, you know. So, and then when you see the badness, or I don't know if this is the word, like the people, they are so bad, they are so aggressive, they even don't know you, but they are just putting on you like you are you have blood on your hands because he died. It's crazy, you know. And maybe Simone can digest all this, but if somebody would write to me this, I told him it's not so. No, I said I can understand why some people are making suicide, because if you would get a lot of these messages, it's not strange, you know, because they are really heavy attacks, you know, against him. And then also same thing when Nardi was dying, you know, same thing. And you know, there were messages from fake accounts, and you know, they wrote God and the hell to him. So it's, when I was reading, I was just, oh my God, these people, they have a problem, or they don't have the courage to call you, or to, you know, now it's easy, you are undercover and it's a fake account, and you can just write whatever you want.
Yes, it's a strange moment, no, with journalists that sometimes they just want to be very sensationalistic information, also with social media, also with everyone becomes, I don't know, everyone can ask, everyone can give his opinion, you know, so it's like a so crazy moment, no?
Yeah.
Also maybe now websites and journalists needs information every day, and sometimes there is no information, or
so they invent
sometimes
something.
There are conversations much interesting like the conversation we are having now than to speak about controversy and fighting one which against other and all this, no? And so,
yeah, we come again in the mood of love. I think this is the future. So if everybody is happy with himself, and if he accepts himself like he is, if he is doing the thing he loves, then we are all happy person, and we don't need to put down or being so angry or so aggressive against other people. And this is my wish for the future. And I hope that in this coronavirus something changed. I really hope. and I saw also, like, I did 2 times a week. I did gymnastic, you know?
Yes.
So, and this was so nice, I tell you. I just put 2 hours of my time in 1 week. And there was one community, and they were so positive and so happy. And all the messages I got, you know, you made this coronavirus period nice. And I was always happy already to go for the next hour of training. And, you know, I was so touched by all these words, because I did like a very small thing, but it was at the end something very huge, you know. And I think if we come back to this kind of, or way of thinking and way of living, then the world could be a better place.
Yes, but it's difficult to be hated in the digital area, no? In the digital moment, no?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Because to try to be hated in a base camp with internet, with Facebook, with all this, it's not so easy, no?
Now I think because before I was pissed always about these social medias, you know, I hate. And then if you don't communicate, they invent something. If you communicate, okay, maybe it's okay. And we needed to find the way how to communicate. But now in this period, I understood that the social media has a lot of power. So if you use it the right way, you can do something really good. And yeah, that's why I believe in the future I can be also more happy to use the social media, because when then the people are writing you, you inspire me with your way of how to see mountaineering or how you see life, or just let me be part of your climb and so on. And then this is nice. And I think if you do the things with your heart, you know, if you say, this is my way of living, I want to express myself like this, I'm in completely harmony with myself, and I go for this with love and happiness and joy. And then if you are able to communicate in this love and joy and happiness, then no asshole can attack you. Because if somebody still does, then you know, this person, I'm sorry, but you didn't find your sense of life, and you are not strong enough to go for your way. And it's a pity for you, but it's your problem. I'm sorry.
Yes, it's like this. Social media gets the best and the worst from the people. And also the thing is, don't use it as marketing. Using it the way you say. Using it to send a message.
Yeah.
I think it's like this. And it's quite interesting, your book also, because you speak about God. You believe a lot about God. You speak quite, and this is not usual in today. Nobody speak about this. Also, maybe people maybe we lost this value.
God, oh Jesus!
But
yeah, it's.
But you also speak a lot with him, no? When you take your decisions in the mountain, you speak a lot with him. For example, when you decide to go down in Nanga Parbat, you have a conversation with him. You didn't have answer.
For me, he is like a person, and I think in these moments he's the most close person to me. So even if Simone is 5 meters from me, or 10 meters, or 20 or 50, but God is much closer, because I know that in this situation, Simone will look after himself. You know, the first person is him, and then the others. And it's clear, because it's sometimes a situation where you will really, it's a question of death or life.
Yes.
And it's also, it's clear that everybody goes first on his own life. And in these moments, I always, like us in the last expedition, when Simone fell down, and I was like flying in the air and then touching the ground, and I was just like, he pulled me down in the crevasse. I was just talking to God, please stop me, please stop me, please stop me. You know, and it's always this conversation with him, and I know that he's there in every moment, and he's not asking anything to me. He's not. It's just I can't even describe it, because it's something so strong that, like, really there is a person beside me who holds my shoulder. I feel like this, and this is something really powerful, because you know that in every moment you're safe. There is somebody who saves you. And then if it's time to go, you can go in peace.
Yes.
From this life.
And in this moment, when you were near the summit of Nanga Parbat, you asked him, and you asked yourself, and you asked him.
Yeah, I was praying for all these hours when we went up. I said, shut down the wind, please, come on. Now, usually you always listen to me, please, also today, please, shut down the wind. And and at the end, I was praying for hours and hours and hours and hours, and he was never listening. So I said, there is something wrong. Or you are in vacation today, or I should decide to go down. And then I gave him an ultimatum. I said, okay, if in 5 minutes the wind is not down or lower, I know that I need to do something, or I need to act. And then was also this sentence coming into my mind. You know the sentence: if you go to the summit now, you will never return home again. And for me, this sentence came from him. So in this moment, I was not asking if this is right or wrong. I just did it. And so I went down. It happened what happened. And yeah, but at the end, of course, I never know what would have happened if I was going up to the summit. But I'm happy with how everything went, and of course it took me some time to grow also in this experience. But at the end, I'm so super happy, because this story as well, it's like my story. And if you look about the whole Nanga Parbat story of this climb, it was a strong story, you know. And I think maybe the thing we needed to do with this climb is it was also to give some message to the human beings, you know, that it's, even if you are so close, sometimes maybe it's better to turn around if you feel that it's not anymore yours. Mm-hmm. So maybe this is my sense of life. Maybe God sent me to this planet of doing something like this.
What was the right choice? Because after you fall quite near and in this moment you really thought that you were going to die.
Yeah.
In this fall, no?
Yeah. But I was ready to die. So I said, oh, thanks God that I was always following my dreams, and that I was every day trying to give the best of myself in every day. And that I did everything I wanted to do. And that I never was counting, or when I did the first expedition, I said, okay, I come, but I even didn't know how to pay the expedition. So I said first yes, and then I said to God, so now please send me the money. He did, you know? And once you have this knowledge that he's always listening to you, and you just need to want it with all your heart and passion, and then everything's come to you in abundance, then it's just, there is nothing more which can stop you. Because you know that if I really want it with all my heart, everything what I want will happen. So yeah, then I had proof after proof after proof after proof in the expeditions, in normal life, and so on. And so now God is my compañero de escalada. ¿Cómo se dice?
Like this, you said very well. Compañero de cordada. Compañero de escalada. It's perfect. It's perfect. And after, at the camp, was the first time you say in the book that you wanted to be like a woman.
Yeah.
And nobody was caring about you.
Yes. And I still tell this today to Simone. I said, Simone, in this moment, you are just selfish. And he said, I know, I'm sorry. Next time I will do better. Yeah, but maybe this was at the end, maybe this, the thing we spoke before, to be the woman, you know, to accept the situation, and to be strong enough to handle it with yourself. I don't know. Because I think even if I wrote like the best I could in the book to describe the situation, but I think nobody can really understand what happened in this moment. You know, you're just like shaking, and you just vomiting, and you can drink nothing, you can eat nothing. In the tent is everything wet, and everybody's just quiet and watching down, and like it seemed to be a funeral, you know. So it was like a sad situation, and you know, there are 4 different minds, and everybody has his fears and his happiness and his values. And so Alex always told that he didn't want to feel happy because I was not on the summit, you know. Then Simone, he had frostbites on the feet, and he wanted that I do some massage on his feet, you know, but I was shaking like, and you know, it was like a big mess, wet and cold, and everybody was destroyed and completely finished. And then I was sleeping for 2 hours, and I had so much pain, and it was a nightmare. This night it was. And there is also then a picture from the morning. There was on our sleeping bags, it was that height of, not
ice.
Snow, but you know, yeah.
Ice is snow.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a horrible night, and I was not even sure if I can go down because I had a lot of pain, but I was not even thinking about to take a painkiller. We had, of course, everything with us, you know, the medicine, but I was not thinking about this. I just had pain, and I said, I don't know if I can go down. Let's see. I will give my best. And thanks God it was just going down, because I had problems here, like on this iliopsoas muscle. Always when I needed to do up like this, to go up with the leg, I was not able because it was hurting from the spine, where this muscle is attached to the leg. And so to go up, it would have been impossible, but to go down, it was better. And I went down like the last, and I was very slow and very concentrated, and okay, let's do this, let's go down. And when we were on Camp 1, it was just, and there, the picture on Camp 1 is the picture you put on the cover. And there I was just like, now I'm safe. Yeah.
And this is the women you wanted to be, this photo of the cover.
Yeah, not because I said now I'm safe, but because I was the girl who had no expectations on her. You know, I just went for it with all my passion, all my love, and then I also accepted the fact that here for me is the limit, and I will go down. So yeah, I was giving more importance, of course, to my life than not of maybe the expectations or of the success. And this is the Tamara I like.
And there was someone that wrote that you saved the team, and then you were very angry with this idea. You were very, very angry. Why you were angry with this idea?
Yeah, because it's not true. It's just not true, because I just was thinking on me, and I wanted to be secure, and I wanted to save my life. It's not that I did it for them. I did it for me primarily. So you cannot say that I saved their life, because maybe if I would not have been there, maybe it was all completely different. If I would have gone to the summit, maybe they waited me, and it would have been too late or too dark to find a tent. Maybe they would not waited me, and maybe they reached the tent and I was lost in the darkness. Who knows, you know? So you never know what happened if. But yeah, it doesn't matter. So I tried to do my best, and everybody did his best. His best.
How is to be a woman in a man world? Because you were like in this expedition, like 80 days. All men around you.
Yeah, I like it a lot with men, because they're so uncomplicated. Yeah, true. And
they are less complicated than to be with women.
Yeah.
To be with women will be worst.
Yes. Yeah, I did one experience, and then I said, no, this is the first and the last time. But I know that there are some women with whom I could go because they have the same character. But with men is always very happy and joyful. This is nice. And then Simone, he knows me exactly, and whenever I'm down or whenever I'm angry, he knows exactly if he needs to let me there alone or if he need to speak with me or this is very, very good. So I feel really understood. Yeah.
Because it's funny, because when you are angry, you put music to be more angry, no? And you are happy, you put music to be more happy.
Yes.
It should be different, no, Tamara?
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Everybody has his strange movements in the brain. But it's like also Simone said, and also like my mother, or you are himmelhoch, or you are in the seventh heaven, or you're down. It's not possible to be lower. There is nothing in between. But now I think that I learned also a little bit to stay in between.
And when you are down, up, you like to be up, and when you are down, you like to.
Yes,
down.
It was like this. Yeah,
it's like this, and
story. Now I think I changed a little bit. I hope so.
And history I like a lot of your book is that you believe a lot in God, but this is story of the pendulum with your mother.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
This is how do you say? It's like.
It's like a contradiction.
Totally contradiction. Yeah. Yes. To ask the pendulum before going up, to take the decisions.
I don't think that this contradiction, because I feel my opinion is that the pendulum is just increasing your one moment, your intuition. I think we know much more than we think to know. So our heart has 40,000 neurons. So it's like a small brain in our heart and in our stomach. And so this is this stomach feeling, and the brain is just acting from experiences, and then this brain want to tell you that this is becoming as worse as it was in the past, because he know this situation already. But if you are more connected to yourself and more honest and more open, then you can feel the real wiseness of yourself, and it's the heart and the stomach. And I tried a lot to connect to this much more, also in my daily life. Should I go run now, or it's better if I meditate? What is best for me now? Or should I go out to have a party or to meet these people, or I prefer to stay home? Normally, maybe you say, yeah, they are inviting me, so I need to go. But is it really the thing you want to do? And I ask me also always this question now. And why I came on this point now?
Because of the pendulum.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked you because of the pendulum, because it was like a contradiction.
Exactly. So I think this pendulum is just increasing your intuition, and it's showing what is the best for you. And that's why I think it's just part of you, but it's like it shows it shows you what is already inside, but much more that you are believing in it.
And it's your mother who uses it, no? Your mother, you ask your mother, and your mother uses it, and it's not your mother, it's what your mother really feels inside, no?
And you know, it was crazy because at the end I was asking her about K2, and before I told her, one of every 4 person is dying on this mountain. And she knew, of course, I could be I could be this one of these 4 person. So I told them on the table, we were having breakfast, and I told them about the K2 and so on, and about the tragedies and so on. And after I asked her, and this was when I saw the pendle, I said, okay, this is the thing to do. And from this moment, because before I was afraid maybe to die, but after this pendle, I said, no, now this is the proof I will be successful, or I need to go there to learn something. And it was like this. And now I found also my pendle, because every person needs an own pendle, you know, it's not there are different ones, and every person needs to use his own one, which is working with him or her.
And you find now your pendle. Until now you didn't find.
And I use it. I try to, but I try to use it less, because I want to have faith in the feelings I feel, you know, and I want to train in this, which is also then necessary in high altitude or also in normal life. But I want to feel the real wiseness of inside.
Not to be using the pendule in the...
not to use too much the brain, because maybe it's just, okay, you had like crevasses. So you had this experience with the crevasse fall and you thought you will die. So my brain has this is there, you know, this was this experience. I'm afraid about to die. And so if the next time I go again in a very crevasse glacier, maybe my brain is taking out, Tamara, here is, be careful because you were close to that and maybe it's now the time you will die. But if I listen to my inner voice, then maybe it's just telling me, okay, go like the Heidi, go in peace, go in liberty, go with happiness, and everything will be fine. And so they sometimes are in contradiction, and I want to listen to the heart and not to the brain.
Yeah. So maybe you learn more now with coronavirus than in Nanga Parbat.
I learn more now than in my whole life. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And I had in my life, there were always situations where I said, I don't like myself in these situations. I want to behave different. Also, sometimes maybe with Simone, I was like angry with Simone, but it was not his fault, or it was just because I was angry, and then I put all the anger against him. And I hated my behavior, but sometimes I was not able to change. And in the beginning of this virus, I said, so Tamara, now it's the time to change. And I always thought, I'm not able to change my mind, you know, because it's so strong. But one day I had that I was saying to myself, in the normal life, if you just need to go, to work, expedition and so on, you never ask yourself if you are able. You just do it and then you see what's the outcome. But in this mental thing, I always thought that I'm not able to do it. And so I said to myself, Tamara, listen, now in your normal life, you're just doing everything without asking if you're able or not. So also your brain you can change, and your behavior can change, and your way of thinking you can change. And then I was sure about this fact, and I just went for it.
You sometimes miss to be a normal woman with a husband, child, a normal life, or?
Yeah, sometimes I have my periods where I think, oh my God, what's happening in my life? All the other day, they build a house, they have a dog and the children, and they have married and the husband, and everything is fine. But in reality, you don't know if really everything is fine. So I just want to have faith in the life, you know.
Yes.
There is maybe some Grund. There is a why, because I'm living my life like this. There is a higher sense, and sooner or later I will know what will happen with me.
Yes, because also in the book you speak very sincerely about man. You speak about man that they are like the mountains, no? The man and the mountains are almost the same. Good.
Yeah.
Also, a good story you speak, I like in your book, is about Thomas Hummart, how you meet him in Kathmandu,
Yeah.
how you speak with him until all the night.
Yeah. Yeah, this was nice. This was really nice. He was like, I think he was a man like me inside, you know. He was very, very sensitive. He was in somehow also very like powerful, sometimes maybe aggressive in his power. But he was I think an awesome man, even if I just was able to know him for this, I don't know, for this 2 days, 1 day. But yeah, nice guy.
Yes, I meet him, and I meet him several times, and he was a lot of energy, so many energy, lot of power. Yes.
Sometimes nearly too much.
Too much energy. He shakes your hand.
And I can always or imagine how he was climbing, you know, maybe he was like with the same energy, with this you know, maybe too much power, or he wanted too much. I don't know. Yeah. When I will come to the sky after my life here, I will talk to him.
Yes, it's strange. He died after, and yes, it's strange everything. And maybe you will go to K2 this winter. Next winter.
Who knows? I don't know, because now it's all. I wanted to go to Mongolia now, no, in July. But it's all, you know, unclear. It's unclear if you can go out of Europe, even out of Italy. I don't know. So I postponed it to next year, and I will do something else now. And I know that Pakistan is closed for the summer. In winter, I don't know. Maybe also.
But you will like to try K2. It's a mountain that you know.
Yeah, it's a mountain that I love, and maybe it's the mountain who gave me a lot. You know, the happy moments, the sad moments, the death, the summit, the start of my, let's say, after this summit, Simone was believing in me for the winter. You know, there is a lot of things concentrated on this K2. And also when we went out after G1, in winter after G1, and when I look to this mountain, it's always just like, you know, like this power and this energy, and I'm feeling it always with this mountain. Yeah, because nice.
In winter are totally different, the mountains. Yeah,
but I think it's possible. So I really think it's possible to climb.
But also, winter alpinism is totally different than alpinism in the other times of the year.
Yeah. Already from, you're there alone. You are responsible for everything. You can never count on other people. Then all the logistics is much more complicated. It's much more expensive. Also the life in the high camps, it's much harder. The gas balloon, they're not working so good. It's all just more tough, and it's hard. But at the same time, I feel better when it's cold, so I have less headache. Maybe because I like more the environment, because there are less people, so maybe I feel more myself in this kind of circumstances. But it's a lot of suffering.
But it's also more competition, no? More marketing, more competition in winter.
Now,
winter is like more...
Yeah.
More not healthy way.
Yeah. But maybe the thing I need to learn is also not giving space to these circumstances, because I can just decide about myself. So I need to focus on myself, and maybe this was always also the problem, like in Nanga Parbat, that I watched too much in my outside and not in myself. So if I would concentrate more inside me, maybe the outside would not interfere so much with me.
But maybe for this will be important not to have internet, no? In base camp is the best way not to...
Yeah, but the problem is then the other person, they have internet. And then, it's like also, I see it a little bit like war of communication, war of numbers. Because I tried sometimes with Simone not to communicate like few or nothing, but then the other people, they communicate for you. They want to... And then they write something which is not even yours. Maybe they write something about you which is even not true, or which you're seeing completely different. And then I'm even more angry if I write the articles after. I could bam, bam, bam the journalists. So be careful, Dario.
Another interesting thing, you believe in God, and I think you think that everything is written.
Written, yeah.
Written. You think that that at the end, I don't know until which point you can take the decision if everything is written, no? Is written when you will die, when everything that...
Yeah, I think the death is written, but I think God gave us all the instruments in our lives, so we are free to decide to be a good person, to be a bad person, to make a family, to stay alone, to buy a ship or to buy a car. We are completely free to do whatever we think what is right for us. So then maybe if we, like I did, I behaved like in an angry way with Simone, then I understand, okay, I don't want to be like this. I want to be different. So next time I want to be more kind. And so slowly you grow up, and you with the help of other people and circumstances, you always recognize more the real person you are inside you. So this is not right for me. I choose to go this way. And so there are a lot of bivio, how to say?
Yes, I understand. A lot of different ways, different
junctions.
Yes.
Yeah. You are always free to choose left or right, but at the end, I think the day of death is really written. I'm happy that I think like this. And on the way to this point, you can just play with all the possibilities which life gives us to understand who we are, really.
What is happiness? You write in the book that
it's hard.
You are always happy.
No, I'm not always happy. I'm not always happy. Like I told you, I'm happy or down. Now I'm maybe a little bit more in the middle as well, but happiness is, I think, when you see the wonder in everything. You know, when you see the wonder in a flower, when you see the wonder in a laughing face, when you just see that the person with whom you speak is focused on you, that he's not watching on the phone or something, that she's just, or he is here to listening to you. And also this is nice, you know, and also to wake up in the morning and say, today is a wonderful day, let's rock this day. And to have this positive energy always in you. And if you ask Simone, he will tell you that I'm not always happy, that I'm also, that he knows me very well also in the opposite way. But I think we need to try to come to this point where everything is a wonder, and we see also us as a wonder. And then I think you did the most important work in your life, because and then, you know, of course, a success is not always going like this. A life is not always going like this. There are always ups, and then maybe some downs, and maybe some straight lines. But then something is always going up, and then a little bit down, like in the training, like it's called the supercompensazione, I guess, in training. So, and the life is the same thing. It's not possible that it's always just going up, but knowing this curve, you know already that this going down is just for a short period, and then it's going up again. And knowing this, life is already more you can accept it more. And I saw that in all my life where there was something negative, like I was close to die, or I was not able to go to the summit and so on. At the end, it was always the best which could happen to me, because I learned something. I took home something even much more important. I went the person I am, or I become the person I am, and I want to be. So every bad thing has inside a chance, and if we are intelligent enough to see the chance, like in the coronavirus, we can use the chance. But if you're just angry and you're just every day, this fucking coronavirus and so on, then it's your problem. Yeah, it would be better if you say, okay, I can use the time, I can work on the next project, I can put my vision for the future, I can have more clear my life, where I want to go.
Tamara, thanks very much for your time, and thanks very much for your book. I think it's a book that will be very important for our community, because it's a book that, yes, we learn. I learned a lot on this book. You know, it's not the superwoman that goes to the mountain. It's a woman with a lot of, that tells quite sincere how she feels every day, what's happening around her, and I think this book will be very important for the people on the mountains.
Yeah, because I think that everybody feels the same. So if people think that we are like superheroes, then it's not the truth. We are like human, like everybody else. We have also our bad moments, our sad moments, where we cry, where where we are happy, where we think positive, where we are negative. And so everybody can find himself also maybe in this book, even if it's not mountaineering, but then maybe it's cycling, it's cooking, it's in the family, it's in the work. But yeah.
Yes, and also because in mountaineering, people also, in the books and writings, people sometimes is very technical. It's very they speak just about the technical facts. Also, the journalists we speak always about the technical facts, the technical facts about the fights, about all these things. And in this book, you speak about many other things, no, that they are quite interesting. Sorry.
About going to pee and peeing in my sleeping bag and so on.
Yes. Yes. You speak about this, that is also a very important problem in the mountain. It's one of the most logistic problems.
Yes.
In the mountain and for a woman.
Yeah.
You speak about your mother, about the pendulum, asking your mother about this, about God, about all your feelings on all this moment that you remember very well in each camp, what is happening.
Yeah, because I'm always writing diary every day. And that's why I know sometimes every evening I write and I describe very well my feeling, my way of living. And then if I read it after 1 year, maybe 60% I forgot already. Really? I thought like this. Oh my God, I said this. Oh, and then you see like you really are. And this is something really then powerful, or also it has a big value because you wrote it exactly in this moment. And there were some moments where I gave to my co-author, to Francesco, I gave my diary, I wrote everything, and then I was never reading again. He put it all in Italian, and when I read it, then after I said, "Oh my God, we should not write this." It's just I feel guilty, or oh my God, what will the people think about me?
But you write it at the end.
Yeah.
And you publish it. And you go always writing in the mountain, even in high camps. You write always, or
yeah. Sometimes I take up the book.
Yes.
And sometimes not, because when it's already heavy, maybe I say, okay, I leave it here. Yes. And then when I come down, I write these last days. But then Simone, when he's writing his book, he's calling me, Tamara, and what was happening in this day, or this was before or after, and what, and here and that. And then when we were in Siberia, I said to him, Simone, now you are doing your own diary, because next time you need to have your own one. And then he had like a small book, and he just wrote what we did, some facts, like 5 words every day. But I'm really describing, because I think at the end, this is the suko of the book.
You speak about yourself, not about the facts only. You speak about what you are feeling every day on the mountain.
Yeah, and I think this is maybe I'm a little bit different than the other mountaineers. I don't know. Sometimes I feel a bit strange. And after the last expedition, I also had a moment where I said, I don't want to be part again of these alpinists. They are always just thinking that what they are saying and thinking is the right thing and is the only thing, So it's a very selfish community, and I was so pissed, And then I said, no, I want to be much more than just this. And now I just go my way, and like here in Italy, then there are the people who are with Da Pollenza and the people who are with Mesna, but I hate all these politics, I just want to be myself. And yeah, so I think I try to go much more, how to say, not higher, but I want to open all this a little bit.
Yes.
Because at the end, the time where the alpinists are heroes is over, in my opinion. Because now in this Corona, every single person is a hero because he did like the quarantine, like we do normally on base camp, waiting, having thinking about life, thinking about values, maybe fighting with the wife or screaming to the children and going out of head and so on. It's like in base camp. So now every person knows how it is to be in a base camp, how it is to wait for something after or to wait for something bigger. And I think it came the time where we should go more into helping other people, being more community, living more, or that the way of living is more the love, and to be friendly with each other, to be at the same level, and not I'm the hero and you're nothing, or
Yes, I know.
I would love to transmit.
Yes, I know this, and now with social media happens this a lot because everyone tries to be the best, try to be the people that has more followers, more likes, and all this. And as you said, that this moment was our great opportunity to go inside ourselves and forgot about all this.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Tamara, for your time.
Thank
for
you.
Your book. To speak with you is quite interesting because we don't speak about usual things, about technical things, about how hard was the speech.
Yeah.
We speak about the important things of
life,
of the human person.
Yeah.
I think people will learn a lot with your book and also with this conversation with Heidi.
Thank you. So when I write the next one, you need to publish it immediately or translate.
First in Italian.
Okay.
We will publish it the first. No, I am very, very happy to publish it, and I think people will like a lot it in Spain because I think the people in Spain, I think they have a great feeling about you. So I think that and also we will try to explain the people what this book means. It's not unusual mountain book. It's different.
And I think the Spanish are more like Italian, so yes. Very, very open, very emotional and sensitive, and so they are. I think they are also very open to receive what is in this book.
Yes, I think the same, and also it's important this book that you speak the things that people doesn't speak usually. People doesn't. They also try to be women or Superman, and they speak just technical things, and they don't speak about relationship, about their feelings with the person they are, about their fathers, about pendulums, about fish, about men, about all these things that you speak in the book quite often. No, I really love it. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
You go training now.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
You will go to your mountains, no? To run.
Run and hiking. Yeah, because I don't want to be back or to go back in my old life, like, where every day you just think about, I need to go there to do ski mountaineering, then I want to go there to go climbing. It's just a stress, or sometimes you feel really stressed just doing the things you love. And I said, no more after Corona. I go much more by feet. I use the car just to go to shop. And I go out, but I don't go far. And this is because I try to understand also in this period now of Corona that I am not ski mountaineering. I am not climbing. I'm Tamara. And first of all, is the person, I need to give value, and not because she's doing ski mountaineering or she's going to climb this. So, and that's why I try every single day to feel what is the best to do today, and then I just go for this. And my body is happy about this because I was never so in shape. I was never feeling so good, also with my pain. And this is the way I need to go to protect also my body.
You take the decisions as they happen. You don't plan everything
Never.
that is going to happen. Never. You forgot plan. You
become. For me, it's not working plan because I don't want to be a machine. So I just feel what is the right thing to do now.
Thanks very much for your time. We can be speaking hours and hours, but you have to.
Yeah, maybe when I come to Spain, I don't know when will it be possible, but yeah, we should meet.
Yeah, you have to come to make a presentation of the book.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, we have to do it. And also, I have a friend that organizes in Picos d'Europa, like a festival. And he will like that you come. I write you.
Okay, great.
When it's possible, yes, it will be very interesting that you come here to Madrid to make a presentation of your book.
I'm looking forward.
We don't know when, but as soon as possible.
Yeah, okay, great.
Thanks very much, Tamara.
Have a good day.
I really enjoy speaking with you.
Yeah, me as well.
I get good motivation, and have a good day.
Yeah, likewise.
Bye.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.